All right, let's get it warmed up around here. Think it's warming
Kick
up.
it up.
Yes. Let's see here. Okay, Lola. This is not what I asked about, but okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it, Lola. It's good. I'm already live. Okay. So, shout out to everyone joining us. We are live on Utreon so that we can shoot us, as I like to say. And Lola just brought in this tank.
Uh-oh.
Who knows what this is? Who knows what this is? It's not actually what I asked. Okay, Walt knows. Walt knows. Don't say it, Walt. Don't say it. We'll let the people. We'll see if the people can figure it out. Um. So yeah, that's why we're live on Utreon. If you're watching this, I guess tomorrow or later on YouTube, and you want to join us live, go over to Utreon, Utreon, and then look for Who Moved My Freedom or WMMF podcast, and that's where you would find us. Of course, if you want to find out all this good stuff, you can go to hankstrange.com, check around the website there. We've got lots of good stuff going on there. We have links to the folks that help us out and support us as well, like Safety Harbor Firearms. We got a whole bunch of good stuff in there, so you can save some money, all kinds of things. Lola does deals on there. So, all right. That being said, here, Babyface should be joining us so far as I know. Um, but we shall see. We gonna see if we get Babyface if we get Babyface tonight. Let me kick the show off though. Let's do that.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, boom, we are live. Let's do the jazz hands. Walt, get the jazz hands up. You know, I had someone last week on the show who didn't want to do jazz hands.
Well,
yeah,
come on.
He's got to live in shame now. He's got to live in shame. That's Vince of Walther Arms. He didn't want to do jazz hands. He's acting like he was too manly for that. So hold on, let me see. I'm trying to get my camera to focus here.
Never too manly to make an ass of myself. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of never too manly to make an ass of himself, let me see. Wait, hold on. Is it Babyface?
Coming in late into the show.
Yeah, look at that.
Babyface P.
Taking his time, moseying on down the road, and eating pizza.
That's Italian. Yeah, that's Italian.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's see that slice of pizza for a second. Let's make sure that's a real slice. It looked pretty. It looked pretty like it had a lot of stuff on it.
Almost like Costco pizza, almost.
This is Papa John's, and it is very good.
Oh, Papa John's.
I can feel the Tums coming already.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think Papa John's was like one of the best value pizzas in some video I was looking at.
I looked it up. It's routinely rated the number one fast food pizza in the country.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's good for fast food pizza.
Yes, so there you go. Okay, so we got Babyface, we got Walter, we got the jazz hands. Hopefully you guys are wearing your big girl panties. This is episode 874 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. The title, I'm your host, of course. My nom de plume is what is it? Hold on a second. Le Chevalier Etrange, which means, no, wait, hold on. No, La Noir Chevalier Estrange, which means the Dark Knight Hank Strange. That's, a little bit of, I don't know, I might have really messed up my French.
You butchered that.
I'm gonna have to Google this.
Don't do that in front of a Frenchman.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google translate this in a minute.
You're better off just to be a dumb American tourist.
Right. Anyway, tonight it's FreeForAll Monday. We're talking about Ukraine and self-defense, and of course we've got Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms. There he goes, joining us, and he he got a rifle.
This is kind of extreme self-defense. This is a 10 gauge.
Oh Lord!
I
That's an
haven't fired
elephant
this gun.
Yeah.
I haven't. I got to get some of the old school 10 gauge rounds to shoot this with.
Uh-huh.
But this one we'll talk about it a little bit later when we talk about guns.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have Le Bébé, Le Pew.
All
Le
I'm going to
Face.
say is,
Okay.
please
Uh-huh.
get in focus. Come on.
There you
Please
go.
focus
boy.
on me. Okay.
Oh no.
If they would have had rifles and handguns and shotguns to begin with, the civilians may have slowed the roll a little bit quicker.
Are we
The
gonna
roll
start?
ain't over with. The roll
Yeah, it's
ain't
not.
over with.
No, it's
Oh
not.
no, it's not done.
No,
but
it's not. Are we starting early?
would've had
Yeah.
they would have had
I
a
think
head
we are.
start. Is my point.
No, I agree with this point, and I very rarely agree with Babyface just on principle.
Just because.
But it's true. Like, did you see that they were giving them out cardboard rifles to train with?
To train with.
Did anyone see this? And then there were pictures. I could see people with like their fingers on the triggers of the cardboard rifles, and I was like, "You're gonna shoot yourself in the face with this cardboard rifle."
You'll lose a couple, but you'll gain more in the end.
Yeah, you gotta learn on the job.
There's a lot of soldiers that shoot themselves, so
Yeah.
you know.
Well, yes, it's true. It's true. Listen, it would have. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, if you look at the Russians that are getting captured right now, they're sending in their conscripts at the moment. They're not sending in their top tier military.
No, it doesn't.
So-
It doesn't feel like it's the A team at all.
No.
No.
Are we ready to talk about this stuff?
Yeah, we're jumping all the way in. But you know what?
We're good.
It's a good thing for the Ukrainians. I'm not mad that the Russians don't seem to be
Let's
on the ball.
Let's be,
it's a good thing for them, for
maybe
Ukraine.
aside from some of their special forces guys and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Russian military is top notch.
No.
I said this when this whole thing started.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be that. Yeah.
And I doubt they're a bit. In order to do a battle where you invade a country,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have a complete support system following you. You got to have
Their
food.
supply
You
chain-
got to have fuel.
Their supply chain is crazy. It's bad. It's so bad.
And
Yeah, they're running out of gas supposedly. I mean, I don't know.
Now-
It's tough to know if any of this stuff is true.
you can like the Germans did towards the end. They made a point to go towards fuel depots to try to capture these fuel depots so they'd have more fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what Ivan had in mind
Mm-hmm.
when he invaded,
Mm-hmm.
but it isn't working out. When you abandon your perfectly good tank on the side of the road because you ran out of gas,
T90s, perfectly good T90s, which are the most modern of their main battle tanks.
Is that the bank that the tank? Excuse me, what am I saying bank?
Tank.
Is that the tank that the farmer
No.
dude supposedly came
No.
and stole? Oh, okay.
No.
I didn't know what
That
that,
was-
tank.
That's what he was.
That was a people
would-
carrier, right?
You wouldn't pull the T90 with a John Deere. Not very good. He was
Okay.
pulling that thing real good. So that's like a BMP, which is like an armored personnel carrier
Yeah.
that they were using
armored
for air. It's set up for air defense, I think.
Right. I mean, if that's true, and I'm gonna pull this
Did you
up on
see
the
the-
Indian.
Where the Ukrainian dude drives up next to the Russians that are out of fuel
Mhm.
on the side of the road, and he tells them, "I'll tow you back to Russia."
No, I didn't see that, and you came in a little broken up here.
Anyways, that was funny. Yeah. 'Cause they had
Yeah,
a
I'm trying to
conversation.
find. Oh my gosh, where is the?
Oh.
I'm gonna find it for you guys. I gotta find that footage here, right after I figure out why the signal
I
is
think you
getting.
switching to your phone is killing us right now.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna take my phone off of any kind of internet here for a second. Okay, hopefully we should be coming back. Yeah, there's video. If you guys haven't seen it, there's some video coming out of a guy, a farmer on a some kind of tractor, like a big tractor, stealing a tank.
Like a Russian track.
Yeah, sorry, Patrick.
The wildest thing is, no, I was just gonna say the wildest thing to me is they're driving. Clearly, they don't have enough guns. The Ukrainians don't have enough weapons because they're driving past Russians who are just walking back to wherever they can to get whatever. Fuck me, if I was getting invaded, I'm doing drive-bys on whoever's coming, whoever's
Yeah,
walking
no,
back.
you don't go
know?
back. You're at least becoming a prisoner of war. Yeah.
I guess there's a
I don't-
drive. There's
I
a.
don't,
there's
I
a
don't know if the
video of
Russians need the prisoners back, but yeah.
These people passing a fuel convoy and they're throwing
Mhm.
Molotov cocktails. At the
Molotovs
fuel
out the windows. Yeah.
convoy. Yeah. Yeah.
And the amazing thing is, I always thought Molotovs were kind of like a meme, a joke. Those things work. When you throw about 20 of them at a time at an armored personnel carrier, those things work.
Do you know how many Molotov cocktails took down buildings and all that, and police cars and armored SWAT stuff here in the last couple of years in those peaceful riots that we had?
Very, very surprised, but they function.
Yeah,
they do what they're supposed to.
Now you have to be careful when you're making your Molotov. You don't want to leave a lot of airspace in that bottle. Depending on if you're using gasoline, you don't want to leave an airspace between the wick and the liquid.
A lot of them, what I had been seeing is that they are the civilians that are making Molotovs have crates of recycled bottles, glass bottles that they have in front of them, and then they have tanks of gasoline or petrol if you're from that part of the world, and tons of styrofoam. And they're just picking off styrofoam, putting it in the bottle. Like they'll fill it up with gasoline and then styrofoam.
Yeah,
gelling the gas,
making a sticky,
making gelled. Yep,
yeah.
Gelled
sticky icky. Is what
I watched them an APC. What's the MBT or whatever, Walter? Is what they call the Russians
BMP?
call it. BMP. The Russians were driving with a BMP into one city, and there's somebody filming from like the corner, and all you just see is like fire going out, breaking all over it. It's like, God, I don't want to try getting out of that thing.
Yeah.
Well, the concept is you get out and you shoot them.
You shoot their ass, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to see the Russian guys get shot. Those guys don't want to be there either. Probably most.
See, that's the thing that sucks though. Is conscripts in a communist country, you don't get a say.
You get sent off. They speak the same language. They look the same.
They're the same. They're very closely related people. Yes. It's like Canada trying to invade us.
That wouldn't work out.
Canada trying to invade America. But you know what? So honestly, like me personally, I don't have a side in that thing in terms of, I don't know. Like since when is Ukraine the most awesome country on the face of the planet? I mean, it's a very corrupt
technically we still have relatives over there.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, my dad.
I mean,
listen, I would rather see Ukraine win over Russia.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's a good point.
You don't want the Ruskies back, because along with the Ruskies come the secret police and all that stuff, and they'll start rounding people up. So yeah.
So the thing is, how come? So I saw something today that said the president Volodymyr, what's his name, Zelensky, or whatever his name is, Zelensky. Volodymyr is the only part I remember. Anyway, I think it's Volodymyr. But anyway, he signed the papers. He signed the application today to get into NATO. Right? Why did the reason why it didn't happen before is because Ukraine is incredibly corrupt. You know, and there's one time in the past, not in the current administration, in the past when they were going to get into NATO, and then they chose not to because Russia was trying to pull them over on their side, and but
before 2014 as well, I've been doing as much reading as I can on the politics of Ukraine, and before 2014, they basically, as far as I can tell, were a puppet state of Russia.
Yeah, they always. It's the cradle of Russia, Ukraine.
The president before 2014 was basically a Russian puppet, so the Russians didn't have any problems. They just said, let them do what they're going to do, because he'll always answer to us. And then 2014 rolled around. They had a quote unquote democratic election. The Russians didn't like it because they believe, and I wouldn't doubt it, that the West interfered in some way. Really? So they said it was not a.
I mean, everybody interferes with everybody.
Yeah. It didn't. They didn't want to recognize it. So that's when they rolled into Crimea. And mind you, we had Obama in office at the time, and he wasn't going to do anything.
Nutless.
Yeah, exactly. But since 2014, I'm sure it's still corrupt. I can't say it's not. But they seem to try to be making it
I mean,
I don't know.
We can't say it's not corrupt, man. They were giving a whole bunch of money to Hunter Biden and all that. Some corruption. If Hunter Biden was rolling all through the Ukraine, in his escapades, that's not a good
you know, I mean, it's not.
I mean, we have the. I'm not going to pretend like we don't have the same thing here, though. Big business gets together with big politics. Yeah, I could absolutely.
No, well, it's okay. So everywhere in the world has corruption, yes. But third world corruption is different from what the corruption we have here in America. So corruption in those places is like, you know, you get into a car or you're speeding or something like that, and you don't, the cop pulls you over, you don't pay any ticket or anything like that. You give him some money, you know, from there going on to a whole bunch of other things, kind of corruption.
We don't
that
have
doesn't
corruption
exist
to
here.
that level. I think we have what's called crony capitalism, where the people at the top make all the decisions.
The politicians. Yeah, for sure, they suck.
Yeah, we don't have like low level police corruption where you can pay your way out of anything.
Well,
to an extent.
This is the thing. So I feel like in a weird situation here, kind of like in the middle of two kinds of thoughts on this whole thing with the Ukraine, because you know some stuff happened back in January last year. And here in America, all the politicians were like, these people are bastards. How dare they make us feel uncomfortable? Right? And then the thing, even recently with the truckers in Canada, that happened. And they came down on those people like a ton of bricks.
We love democracy, and we love when you protest for democracy, except when you try to protest our democracy.
Yeah. And then for us personally, as gun people, as people who believe in the Second Amendment and believe in the Constitution, blah, 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 all the things that, you know, preaching to the choir, I mean, these mofos have been coming down on us for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
They've been crushing people in America for a long time. Now all of a sudden it's, make the Molotov cocktails. Look at these awesome, brave people with who getting the guns. You know, all of a sudden this awesomeness when we've been the bad guys for years and years and years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it's always been.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say, I think Ukraine is the perfect example of why people have to be able to, within a country, have to be able to defend themselves and cannot leave their fate up to their own government or outside government. Period.
You know, the other important thing is I could see them being, I don't know that Ukraine will ever be a NATO ally, but I could see them being what's the Jewish Israel? I could see them being the Israel of that area.
Oh, we don't
because
need
they border.
Israel.
I will kill Walter. Believe me, if we can give
somebody
somebody else money,
Israel.
if we can
God.
pay billions to some other country, we'll do it.
Don't get me started on Israel.
That's not going to help with that corruption issue.
How many billions can we give to them to help them keep
and then they can spy on us and steal our
No. They need to do exactly what they're doing. They need to fight for their freedom.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, they need to do that. They need to do that. That's what makes you a better country. That's what makes you get rid of corruption.
The cat's out of the bag when it comes to guns because they've been handing them out. So
yeah, they're going to collect them later.
They ain't going to get them back. I can tell you that.
By the way, do we know what kind of AKs got handed out? I think they handed out
It don't matter.
AK-74s?
They were Sorry, Walter, go ahead.
I would be willing to bet they're coming out of their reserve stock, and it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
The videos that I have seen specifically were 74s. Because they do still have lots of 5.45 there. And mind you, if you're fighting an invading army that uses 5.45, it's smart to be able to just grab, off of them.
Yeah.
But no,
because we don't know how much ammo and magazines and stuff like that they're getting, or body
armor. The first 10,000. So the videos that I saw of that first wave of them opening crates and giving them out were 74s. And then I'm sure after that, I guarantee at some point it's like, listen, it's what we got. You open a crate of 1972 AK-47s.
Oh, that would be so awesome. I mean,
crack them out.
Can we export those to the?
I know.
I got first dibs on a Type 1.
I just watching. This is horrible to say, but watching guys like for anybody that wants to see active, up-to-date combat footage, the best place to go is Reddit/r/combat footage.
Babyface is definitely a Faces of Death dude.
100%. I don't mind DC and
just in case you
bother me.
Yeah.
It
doesn't bother me either.
Screwing with children or animals, that bothers me. That something deep down in my soul, that really bothers me. But when humans kill each other, that's never really bothered me too much. Because we do it to each other. It's stupid. But
yeah, I've seen enough of it in my life.
Watching videos of the broken down BMPs, or I can't remember the name again, Walter. I'm sorry. The personnel carriers and stuff. Guys will get on top with their cell phone cameras looking in, and there are just piles of 7 and 6 tins just sitting there, just 1,000 rounds of 5.45, and I'm like, oh, just send it all to me. I'll take all of it.
Yeah.
All those beautiful magazines.
That's the thing that gets me here about buying.
This is why Babyface is actually watching that stuff, by the way,
and paying that money for those beautiful magazines, like I just did when I bought some Plum mags.
Right.
They're everywhere over there.
They're everywhere.
All over the world. They're everywhere.
So, you know what's funny? It's funny when someone else's junk is like our treasure.
Oh, it's literally that's junk to them. Empty magazines, you're just gonna throw them around the
when we left all that stuff in Afghanistan, that was freaking junk.
You
technically you can't even argue that.
A full mag. You don't want an empty mag. You care about not getting killed, so you want the closest full mag you can get your hands on.
Yeah, so
they're not storing them to collect.
Yeah, there's a bunch of comments that we're obviously fired up and getting all in here. Cruiseman says they're handing out the SKSs, and
they're doing SKS. You know what? It'll kill. An SKS will kill just like any other rifle. Over nothing. Day of the week.
Yeah.
You tell me it's either an SKS or nothing. All right, thank you.
I could pick you off better with an SKS at a couple hundred yards. In
a situation like this, you don't want to do close up. If you're not trained, if you don't have combat experience and all that, you want to stay far away. Like I'm telling you, reality is not like in the movies where one dude could take on an army. Yeah.
CQB against a trained military person, somebody who's trained in CQB. Nah, you don't want to be doing that.
Oh,
if they know what they're doing and you don't.
I was reading a kind of an intelligence kind of thing about the Russian, what they've seen so far, the way the Russian soldiers act, compared to like.
Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms.
Obviously, none of us are looking at the freaking. No one's looking at the camera.
How do they?
Sorry, Walt.
Go ahead. How do they compare to American?
Supposedly, the Russian soldiers that are there are very, very They don't like to get out of their armored personnel carriers.
Why the fuck would you?
Okay, because you die if you get caught.
No, you have. If you're gonna engage the enemy, you have to go full at them and then jump out and engage the enemy. You can't hide in the carrier because what's going to happen? You're going to die in the carrier.
Yeah.
Yes. They're the tank doctrine that every Western country knows, where you need to have your tank column surrounded by boots on the ground to protect your tank column, is failing because none of them want to get out of their tanks. None of them want to get out of their personnel.
And the armor has to protect the guys on the ground too.
Yeah. And they're not following that, making them easy ass targets, supposedly.
Yeah.
They're not working together.
Yes.
Like they train the Marines here, for example. The Marines are they go toward the shit. So
I wonder if there's because to me there has to be a difference between a conscript who's like, fuck, I don't want to be here, but I have to be here, versus a Marine. Marines, they like what they do. Every Marine that I've ever met enjoyed being a Marine.
Yeah, I think Marines are typically like different from other armed services.
Another thing they brought up is they've changed the conscripts only in the military for a year. So at 12 months, you haven't learned anything at 12 months. You're just getting started at 12 months.
Yeah.
They went from 2 years to 12 months. So that's another problem they say is probably one of the issues. So
I've heard that they are grabbing conscripts right now, and basically 2-3 weeks out of training, they're like, get on that truck and go. Like they are not prepared at all.
So let's also remember Russia today is probably not the Russia of the 80s and stuff like that. Definitely not from the movies, but not so much as like these people who every day all they do is eat sleep and drink fighting.
It goes to
There's
show
a little bit of
much
westernization. Yeah.
How much of a joke Red Dawn was. There's
Well,
no way that could happen today.
It could have been it could have been real back then when there was like hardcore fighters and all that stuff. But just like when we're looking, you know, there's people who think like everyone who's in the military is some kind of spec ops. No, or they think they're spec ops. You know, not everyone in Russia is a Spetsnaz.
No, probably 80-90% are the people that keep the supply chain going, I imagine. A huge percentage have to be the guys that drive the trucks to get the fuel to you. That
their army probably has a lot of corruption. The Russian army, probably lots of corruption.
So I imagine there's. I mean, even in our military, there's a lot of that. They're not fighters. They're the ones. For sure. I'm sure you're trained to fight, but you're a mechanic. You're a cook. You know, there's other jobs.
And you'd rather be at home having a little vodka.
People on the face of the planet in 2022 have it a lot easier and are a lot softer. Everyone all over the world, us included. We could pop all the shit we want to. If someone did invade America and we had to fight in the streets.
I've never had rounds popping off over my head. I don't know what that would feel like. I imagine it's effing terrifying. So yeah, I there's not a whole lot of shit talking I can do.
I don't know why Walter's getting geared up with this thing.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's just testing it. Oh, okay. I was about to say.
No, I just got to make sure they still fit.
Yeah. Brian Quick says the Soviet military was different from the current Russian military. It's sus as to why it seems Putin isn't sending in his very best. This might be the best they have. Because this has already gone on too long, I think, for Putin's side.
It has.
I already won $1 today. I won $1 in a bet.
Does somebody think that it'd be over by now?
Doc said it'd be over in 96 hours.
Yeah, but we all thought it would be over really fast. Let's be honest about that. We all thought it would be over relatively fast. Okay.
I thought
Russia was more capable than this.
Well,
I'll agree there. I thought that too.
Mm-hmm.
But
once again, you got to have a Red Ball Express running to support your troops. You know, on the ground. Another problem they said is they've tried to be everywhere all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
How?
You know, they've came from the north, they've came from the east, they've came from the south.
But they can't resupply anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You can't. Nobody. Or they must be eating MREs and shitting in bags right now. Like, what are you? You have no supply chain. You have no food. You have no fuel. They can't even get their main battle tanks can't even get fuel to them. That's insane.
To get to the Ukraine. Remember they took what's the name of this place they took that we had the
Crimea.
No, the nuclear meltdown.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Yeah, they took Chernobyl. But I don't know if that's a good idea, dude. I don't know if they. I think they didn't stay there, right? They just rolled through Chernobyl, right? They didn't stay there.
You don't want to disturb the ground in Chernobyl.
Hell no!
Because there's little. You ever seen any documentaries about Chernobyl when they go in there and they?
Oh yeah.
There's little. They'll be going around with the Geiger counter, and all of a sudden, woo!
If you kick up the dust,
little chunks of stuff that got blown out during the explosion laying on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, bad juju, Buana.
One wrong shell anywhere in that area, and it's going from a war in Ukraine to, shit, what are we going to do now?
Oh, but man, it's going to be sad, and there's going to be a big, a big cloud.
Chernobyl, last time Chernobyl melted down, the fallout reached all the way to Sweden, and clouds and shit raining down.
Yeah. Yeah. So one good big explosion over there, man, could be a thing. DCG44s wants to know if I'm feeling any better. I am, but I'm still a little bit sick. But I'm definitely.
What do you have?
The worst. I don't know. I have some kind of cold, allergies, all kinds of stuff kicking my butt all at the same time.
My allergies have been bad lately.
Yeah, they kicked in. I think we're in. We just kicked off allergies.
I had that. I don't know if I said last week, but I had a headache going for like a week and a half, and I finally took some decongestant on Saturday night, and it finally broke my headache. But man, my sinuses just have to be absolutely clogged up right now.
Yeah, at one point I felt like, especially I don't know what. Oh, what?
Oh, I thought I heard some sound
something
in the background.
Fell.
I heard
that was me grabbing the gun out. Maybe.
Oh,
it bumped into the chair or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, I am feeling better. Working on getting better. Let me see. There's a couple of things. There's a whole bunch of comments here that I missed because everyone's just as excited as us in the chat. I would say that you guys should all smash the arrow ups under the title. That would be a really cool thing to do. We would appreciate that here. Appalachian
Here's a
Gun
question.
Runner. What's up? Mm-hmm.
Do you think Putin is fully prepared to use nuclear weapons?
No, but the threat.
He put out that threat saying like nobody come in here. I'll do something you'll never see before. He didn't actually specifically say no.
But he did that because they increased sanctions. In the beginning, they only hit him halfway with sanctions. They didn't go full. They didn't go.
They turned off the
full
Pornhub.
retard on
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the final thing. They turned off the Pornhub.
So they hit him.
And all the was that just not? I'm thinking just friends. What is that? Only
friends. The thought, all the e-thoughts got turned off. Yeah.
All those watch your favorite girl live got shut off. All the Russian girls got taken off. So
yep.
I mean,
his syndicate's been taken down.
Yeah. Well, there's also people around the world that are Putin supporters that they've started going after, and like oligarchs.
No.
Oh, is it oligarchs? What the hell is the name of that?
Yes,
oligarchs?
Word you say. The ones that are part of the syndicate.
Yeah, oligarchs are all part of the same.
Including he's got mistresses out around the world that are controlling a lot of money. I don't know if you guys know this. He's got babies, and baby mamas. The baby mamas.
He's So the consensus here for you guys is he's not prepared to use. If we actually stepped in, you don't think he would nuke the rest of the world?
I don't think he wants to die, just like the rest of us.
That's bad juju, Bwana.
Once those nukes start flying over the world and the world's going to come to an end,
it would end the world.
Any nukes.
At the end of that, Putin isn't, probably not going to exist. A lot of us aren't going to exist. No one really wants to do it, but it's the best hand. It's the best hand he has. That's why they were negotiating or something somewhere.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that is the Biden's first war in office and the world ends because of nukes?
I don't think anyone on the planet wants the world to end like that. I think the mutually assured destruction is still a thing.
It would wipe out humanity as we knew it.
Yeah.
I do think that
let's just say this: there will be survivors.
No. It'll set us back a couple hundred years, though.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna nuke anybody. I'm not worried about being nuked. That's the last of my worries.
Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of the survivors are going to come from places like the caves of Afghanistan and stuff like that.
Probably.
A lot of us aren't surviving that. I could just promise.
Well, I don't live very far from Central Command, so.
So probably not. You're probably not making it.
Well, whether you survive or not, that's people survived Hiroshima, so.
Yeah.
And
there's no underground in Florida for us to go to, though. Let's be honest.
No,
we need some submarines.
He was in Hiroshima and hopped a train to Nagasaki and it got bombed in Nagasaki too and survived that one.
That doesn't make any damn sense.
Absolutely survived both of them.
Wait, was it Wolverine?
As hell.
Yeah,
some Japanese guy saw one, went, oh shit, hopped a train to Nagasaki and seriously.
Yeah. I would leave the planet after that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, let me get this. Let me get some quotes in here, and then we'll get back to this because obviously we're going strong. Night Train says, heard a great George Orwell quote today. The further society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. That's a good one. And Appalachian Gunrunner says, how much propaganda and fake news do you think is coming out of the Ukraine? I can't help but feel some of these stories just feel good. Propaganda.
The ghost of Kiev. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Tell the story. Tell the story. Is that the fighter pilot?
The pilot who has single-handedly shot down every aircraft over Ukraine and is now fucking everybody's wife.
I think I could have pulled that. I think I could have pulled that off. I don't know if I'll be trying to.
Shot down 8 aircraft single-handedly. Yeah. Nobody knows who he is. We've never seen him. It's fucking propaganda. They found the Snake Island people are alive.
It could be. Listen,
The defenders of Snake Island that got bombed supposedly and killed and posthumously were going to considered heroes. There was a video floating around today of supposedly them.
That's the guys who refused to submit to the Russians, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Supposedly there's a video of them today saying that they called their parents saying, "Yes, I'm alive. I'm not dead. They're treating me okay." Obviously, more propaganda, but yeah, supposedly not dead either.
They got captured.
They got captured instead of killed.
Okay. I mean, think about it. So here's another thing. And I know we're going to miss out a lot of people in the chat. So, you can definitely try posting whatever you want to put there a couple of times. How willing would Russians be to kill other people who speak their own language, who look a lot like them? It's not like Russia's trying to roll up on, some country with people who are a different skin color. Yeah.
They don't. The Russians hate the Mujis, the Mujahideen. Russians and the Mujahideen do not get along at all. So
it's always easy to kill a different tribe, right? It's always easy to kill a different tribe from you. So that could be one of the elements of what's going on here, right or wrong?
Depends on the propaganda that's served to them as well, because after 9/11, all of us were willing to go kill a bunch of foreigners, whether they deserved it or not.
Well, they killed 3,000 of us.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know
that was not just like, we didn't go kill them just for the hell of it.
But what are the point I'm making is what are they being fed?
Yeah, I get the point that you're making. I was all about let's glass that place. That's my personal thing. I don't like the idea of more Americans going. We lost way more young, healthy, the best Americans went over to these places, and we lost those dudes, and then we got a lot of them came back really messed up, and
you come back screwed up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
including I don't know who in America doesn't have family members that went through stuff, including us. So, it's I don't know. Flying Rich is out there. He says, Hank, I broadcast to Utreon after you shamed me into it. Good. Every now and then a little bit of shame goes a long way.
But back to that, my point is, what propaganda are they being fed to make them think that maybe this is righteous on their side?
Well, you're trying to take out your own people. I mean, think about that, Walt.
It would seem that way.
Yeah.
It would be like if we invaded Georgia. I'm like, I don't really want to do this. I don't like this.
Yeah,
They got a country accent, but I don't know that I want to be shooting them.
Let me just say 2 words, or 3 words: the Civil War.
Very true.
But
if you looked,
and I don't care because it was 100 zillion years ago. It doesn't matter.
No. That's a good point, Walt. You made a good point.
The only thing different about now and then is these.
I don't think that,
and the way the propaganda is distributed. That's it. The only thing
reading through historical context there, I don't think the boots on the ground had any interest in being there. That's what I always read.
Yeah.
Brother war. They had no interest in fighting.
Brian Quick. Oh, I thought I heard something on my radio. Brian Quick says Stalin murdered millions of his own people. Also
yes,
true.
Did. He murdered millions of Ukrainians, and he starved them. Besides that, too, in the 30s.
Yeah, and in the countries on the continent of Africa, there's Africans kill lots of people who look exactly like them. And speak
Africans
the same
kill
language.
More Africans than any white folk or anybody foreigners have ever killed them.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I mean, nothing is universally true, but still, it is kind of tough, right?
I mean, even the Nazis. So the Nazis that didn't, certain people they didn't see as like even Hitler thought the British were not worth wiping out because he saw them as equals. He also saw other people as subhumans, and then obviously we know where that went.
Right.
So I think it's just a matter of what they think, if that makes any sense. Like, is this a righteous war to them, to the people actually fighting it, or were they just stuck in a tank and said, "Go drive over there," and they're like, "I don't fucking want to be here."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
I think a lot of it is timing. I think the things that we're talking about where people kill people that are just like them, and a lot of that's going on. I mean, as you know, me personally, I'm more likely to get killed by someone that looks like me than someone who doesn't look like me, and all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of that is timing, right? There's things that happen, and that happens from timing. And then again, at the same time, it's easy for Putin or any leader to tell his people, oh, just go over here and do this thing. But those folks, if they're not hardened by any kind of wars currently happening, and then the first people they go out there and they have to shoot are people who speak the same language as them and look like them and stuff like that, it's,
once
it has an effect.
somebody starts shooting at you, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm shooting back.
Put out some flowers and say, stop, please, stop.
The immediate...
the Ukrainians are like, we're going to kill you. You come in.
The immediate fight or flight, yes. Well, the Ukrainians have, to them again, when it comes to the psychology of it,
they have a bad history with the Russians.
Yeah.
This is a righteous fight for them. They're getting invaded. So it makes sense that they're going to be like, yeah, screw you. You're the invader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're set free 30 years ago, and they ain't want to repeat that no more.
I think what's happening, so the thing that's, like, if you look at interviews, okay, so it's one thing for us looking at this, and we're here in America, but what I found was really interesting, and I'm sure you guys saw some of this, is the people in Europe and other European countries around this looking at it, and they're like, yo, what the fuck is happening? And here's what I'm trying to say, because we're in 2022. Right? We have all this civilization, all this technology, and people are like, what? The last time something like this happened was World War II.
I don't understand that. People think that just because World War II was 80 years ago, within 80 years, we've magically evolved and we no longer want war with each other. I just don't understand that.
What does the technology have to do with it?
No. What I'm trying to say is a lot of people again, don't you think a lot of people today are soft, Walt?
That's my point.
Yeah, we have things, even from the time when I was born, people have gotten softer. Like, we're used to all this awesomeness that your cell phone works and you can drive your car around the place.
Watch how soft you'll be if somebody starts shooting at you.
No, but but understand what I'm saying, Walt. A lot of us are soft, man.
A lot of us are soft. Just like back then, there was a lot of soft people back in World War II, and the soft people died.
I think we're softer today.
I think people had some. If you go to the average person where any of us are living right now, go back to World War II, 1930s, let's say. Can you, where I'm living out here, people, this was tough. You had to get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and deal with the cows or the this or the that, the farm, do all this kind of stuff, go to school, pump, stuff, how the hell was water getting pumped? Maybe there was no cell phones.
I think a lot of Europeans have become just massive pussies. You look at Germany. Germany doesn't want to fight ever against anyone.
Yeah, we got 10 seconds.
You see what the chancellor said in Germany? We're going to rearm now.
Save it for 5 seconds and then tell us in 5.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're going to rearm now.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Barnauls Ammo. Barnauls has a wide range of reliable, quality steel case ammo for small game, large game, target shooting, and self-defense. They've got the classics like 7.62 and 5.45, as well as 9mm all the way up to 308. Subsonic as well. So when you're in the market, please consider Barnauls Ammo.
Also, I will have some. I will put my order in.
The chancellor of Germany said that they're going to rearm a little bit finally.
Now this is the funny part. Okay, Germany is Germany, and Germany's been successful because we sat and we were their protectors since World War II.
Yes.
They didn't have to spend a fraction of their gross national product on defense. Just a little bit. Yes. And we've taken care of the Germans the whole time. Of course, we're shit to a lot of them because we're Americans.
But
and blah 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 blah. Now, they're going to say we're going to use 2% of our gross national product for defense. 2%. That's still a little bitty. That's nothing. That's a little.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
2%. That's what he said. 2%.
Walt,
the agreed upon was 2%, right?
Okay.
I know it was agreed upon, but that's what the dude said.
Can 2%. We realize? Let me explain something. Let me give you a little analogy that will tell you how messed up.
2% on my stuff, I'd have one pistol.
Okay. Let me just tell you how messed up Germany's been since when the war ended? 1945. Yeah. Do you know how many American soldiers have gone over to Germany and been stationed there and gotten a German wife, including my brother-in-law, and or two? You know, like got one, had babies, kids, got divorced, had a couple. You know, and the reason why I'm telling you this is a thing. Talk to soldiers that have gone over. Like they'll tell you, oh yeah, like these German chicks are all over the soldiers because that
want a free ride.
That became the way to get money and to do all of these things. So you're talking about a country that's what they were doing. That was what they were making. That's what they were manufacturing. Oh, we're going to get these Americans and get some of the benefits. I mean, we're not.
Well,
what do you?
They always want. This, for example, the Philippines. They wanted the Americans out of the Philippines. Get out of here. We don't need you no more. As soon as the Americans left Clark and Subic and all these bases, and their economies in those areas completely crashed, because we were the money in those areas. And like, oh, come on back. Come on, where'd you go? Where'd you go? And it's like, no, fuck you. Boom. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should get the hell out of Germany. Go to a country that wants us, like some of the other countries are more than happy to have us. Let the Germans spend their measly little 2% on their defense, you know, whatever that is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know.
Well, we definitely, you know, countries do not benefit by America being there just to be their security guards. There's no, like, tell me a country that benefited from that. Because
they all benefit monetarily.
No, they benefit from the security, but do they benefit in the long run? What country benefits in the long run from that?
Well, not having to spend money.
And then how does America benefit from that in the long run?
We fucking don't. We never have.
So I don't know. I'm not. It happens, and it happens over and over and over again. And especially if, like, NATO gave these guys the application for NATO membership, so all of a sudden they can go, well, we've just, you know, waved our magic wand, you know, and now.
Oh, like that?
Yeah. Yeah, now the Ukraine is under the protection, you know, of NATO. I'm guessing it's more than likely going to be Americans over there securing this protection. And then we're back in that cycle when the better thing for the country, any country, whether you like the country or you don't like the country, the better thing would be for that country to figure that out on their own. For them in the long run and for us in the long run. If everyone can defend themselves, it's better for everyone.
Yes, I agree.
Yep, no problem there.
But we wind up not having that because what's happened in the world, the reason why people in Europe are looking at this and shocked and like, oh my God, I can't believe I could drive from here to Ukraine and there's a freaking war going on over there. Because you guys got soft after all this time.
They got soft, they're all pussies.
You know? Yeah, you didn't figure out how to defend yourself.
England
can't defend itself if it gets invaded. If England gets invaded, it's fucked.
You've heard the left here say, oh, we need to be more like Europe. We need to get rid of the guns and be more like Europe. Fuck off. Fuck right off.
Okay, I'm telling you something right now. Okay? The dudes with guns illegally in New York City could take England.
Probably, yeah.
Well, and I'm not saying that those guys have any skills. I'm just trying to tell you that they could. Oh, really? They could take it. We're talking about a place where the cops have to go sign out guns. Do you know that? You have to sign out guns in England. You're a cop. Okay? So, I don't know, man. I think that the world this is a good wake-up call for the rest of Europe that you got to get off your stupid shit. You got to stop listening to little babies like that Greta knucklehead chick. You know, you got to stop listening to that and start figuring out how to defend yourselves because you're not safe and you do not have anything that you can't defend. It's like if someone rolled up on me in New York City, which this has happened to me. That someone's rolled up on me and they're like, hey, what you gonna do for that chain? You know? And the time when that happened this happened to me a couple of times, by the way. One time that happened to me, and I had the wherewithal to defend myself, and I was like, what are you going to do for it? And the guy was like, oh, I think I'll just keep moving. And then there was another time when I had nothing to defend me, and I was like, well, here you go. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, yeah, when somebody's got a gun pointed right in your face, is that worth it dying for that chain?
No, it's not.
Or taking the chance that he might not shoot you?
No, it's not worth it.
I mean,
yeah. In the case that happened to me, the guy didn't even have a gun. He had a knife.
Well, yeah,
But
I mean, you want to get.
I didn't have anything to defend myself, and I did not feel like getting juked up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you
Seriously.
bleed out on the side of the street. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh, I was on the subway. People were just watching.
yeah.
So this is the thing. You don't have anything you can't defend, and I don't think people realize this. And it's the reason why you should always be able to defend something. And outside of the government, the people don't have anything if they can't defend it. If the government has all the guns and all the tanks and the airplanes and all that kind of stuff, you don't have shit. You can't defend yourself against the government. You have to do whatever the hell they say. So that's the thing. I don't know.
Oh, it's Gorn time.
That's my big thing that makes me mad about this whole thing. I get mad because it sucks to see CNN and all these places talking about, oh, how they're handing out guns. These people are fighting back. Oh, bully for them. It's good. I'm like, okay, I agree with you, but then you don't believe in people in America being able to do that.
Well, let me give you a prime example, and it's one of our senators, and it goes back to that Israel thing. There's this thing with all the politicians here; they all got to kiss Israel's ass.
I don't understand it.
And they signed this thing to protect Israel and all this bullshit. And I'm like, when are you going to sign the thing to protect us? You fucking puke. I mean, when are you gonna get off this protecting the people over there, the spying over there and stealing stuff from here?
Because it's special interests. Even do you think they really give a shit about Israel? Because I don't think they do.
Who?
It's just, do you think when they do things like that, they give a shit about Israel?
No, what it is, Hank, is it's real simple. If I come out as a politician and say, well, I ain't signing that shit. Israel's a bunch of hacking. They got government organized hacking in Israel, by the way, like the Russians. They're really good at hacking, the Israelis. And they say it's for their defense, but it's to steal shit too, just like a Chinaman.
Yeah.
But if you come out and say, well, I don't like that stuff. Well, you're
racist,
anti-Semitic, and blah blah. It's the same thing. Like in this country, if I say, Hank, I ain't all for all that civil rights garbage. You got enough of that shit already. You got it back in the 60s, 70s, all that bullshit, right? And it's there. Oh, we need more. Oh, you're racist. No, I'm not. I just don't agree with you. So once again, same thing with this Israel stuff.
Yeah.
If I say I'm not for that shit, I don't agree with you. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I don't have anything against the Israelis. I think they should defend themselves. They've given up a lot of stuff they haven't should give up, and that's because of us.
No, listen. First of all, let's be very clear here before some of our friends take whatever we're saying, which I don't know. Every single person looking at this or looking at us talk could take anything that we say as being something against them. Yeah. I like guns from Israel. I like people from Israel. There's some real hot Israeli defense chicks who I spend a lot of time.
By the way.
Huh? What? It's good. It's good. It's the best kind. It's the best kind.
I have no problem with the boobage. I have no problem with that at all. I don't mind that at all. Once again, I like Israeli weapons too. They got good.
Yeah, but there's a lot of bullshit in it because it's a special interest thing. That's just a button. That if we push this button, people are gonna react to that.
Backwards for any group like that, and then not taking care of business here and making this like it's some
42 Chill said Orange Julie. By the way, you know what? Just for that, we got to pull up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Walt. I got to pull up a little bit of Orange Julie.
You got to take care of the stuff that's going on here first before you're worried about Israel, or China, or Russia, or the Ukraine for that matter. So. Stop with this stuff, you politicians. Stop. Just stop.
I think, I can't argue with what you're saying. I think you're, I think you're right on. But
I saw Florida. It was Rick Scott or Marco Rubio or whatever. Oh yeah, we signed a thing, supporting Israel. It's like, what about us? Federally licensed firearms dealers are getting fucked by the ATF and stuff.
They're always about some nonsense. Nonsense. Oh, let me see what. Yeah, Orange Julie still got some stuff going on.
Is that paint? That's not painted on, though. No, it's not painted on.
No, that's a suit.
No, it's not painted.
That's just a real skin tight suit.
Yeah.
So.
I'm 100%. I don't have any problem with the female part of it, but that is a propaganda machine that they run with the girls. So.
Is this from SHOT Show? Was Orange Julie at SHOT Show this year?
A lot of them weren't there because Israel has one of the highest infections rate of COVID, even though they're all vaccinated.
and
the Americans weren't, I guess, letting a lot of them in here.
Okay.
So,
yeah, Orange Julie's cool. I've met her a couple of times. She's very nice.
I follow a couple of them on the Instagrams. No problem with that. But
yeah, BFP is Googling Orange Julie right now, says 42 Chilled.
Why does that name sound familiar? I'm serious. It doesn't. Oh. It sounds really familiar.
She's one of the IDF chicks that's on.
Instagram. Okay.
She's kind of hot. Death by Snoo Snoo category for sure.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. You know, I think the special interests are for sure. You know,
rant off. Okay.
I believe that the government should be small. We don't need a lot of government. We don't need a lot of laws.
We don't need new laws. We don't need new this.
We were all arguing about this. We were all arguing about this earlier. Listen, before we move on from this, we're going to do Gorn for sure here coming up. Before we move on, you mentioned this kind of briefly. We had this argument offline, and I'm curious to see who's in the same positions.
You're going to bring up the hair thing?
No, later. No. Do you remember we were arguing about who is the best hackers of the world? And I was saying Russia. Yeah. Russia is like the best hacker. Like I thought it was like Russia, China, then America or something.
Israelis
like
got a pretty good thing going on with the hacking.
Okay. Israel's pretty high on the hack. America's number one in you guys' things. You think America's number one in that? You'd say though of the hacking.
Well, it's supposedly. When there was that deal where they had to bust into the Apple iPhone to get some info on one of these terrorist dudes, the Israelis did that.
Okay. Go ahead, Patrick.
The problem is we have this holdup of being ethical. Being ethical hackers.
We have rules. We have
rules. Yes. Where Israel doesn't have rules.
No rules. Just right. That's all. Just right. No rules.
Just right.
Yeah. Well, because Israel is a tiny country defending itself in the middle, like everyone around Israel are his enemies, which is part of the integral problem of what's happening.
That's one of the ploys.
It's the situation.
I got news for you. Israel has nukes and the other ones don't. So guess what?
That's why everyone should have. So listen, didn't the Ukraine have nukes at one time?
They used to. After the breakup of the Soviet Union, there was nuclear weapons all over in Ukraine.
Yeah,
and the Americans were in this, and I can see why they financed, taking those all down, disarming the nuclear aspect of it, because you have a loose cannon over there, old nuke sitting in a silo someplace, not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, was it Belarus or something that was planning on getting rid of their nukes as well, and then they just said, we're not doing that. Since this whole Ukraine thing kicked off.
The problem with all the weapons like that, you have to maintain those weapons. You just don't put them in a silo and forget about them. You got to constantly be making sure that everything's working, your systems are working. You got to keep people that are sane operating them. It's not easy to do.
So Kioski says something, so does Russia. I don't think America is number one for hackers. And Night Train says the Israelis are the masters of electronic deception. So
it is state sponsored over there. It's. I saw a documentary about it, and it's just like, and I can see why they are, because it's. Then what happens is, as they nurture this hacking and this intelligence stuff, then those people start their own businesses.
Yeah,
and then they're out doing that in the world too. So it's
Yeah, Kioski says China is likely the top hacker on the list. What would you say, Patrick? What would you say is your list? I'm just curious how you think it ranks out.
It depends on. China and the U.S. are probably equally paired. China just has no ethical limits. Neither does Israel. Neither does Russia. So we like to think that we're better than them. We're not going to do that on unethical stuff, which kind of.
And we're probably really good at defensive hacking.
Yes, we have. Remember, we make everything. We design everything. We produce everything. China does not do hardly any of that. They steal everything. So think of it from that standpoint. We have the best engineers in the world. It's just a matter of China just gets a hold of it because they steal it, because they have unethical.
Well,
they don't care about anything.
Yeah, they steal it, and then everything we make in China, they have the rights to anyway. Yeah. To make something in China, they got the rights to it. Yeah.
Oh wow! I just got a refund. I think that was for that. Maybe. I bought a.
Is that from OnlyFans or?
No. It's RV fans only.
You're still stacking. You're stacking up stuff for the RV. I meant to ask you how the.
I was buying a new front bumper because I'm going to take all that extra flares off and all that shit.
Okay.
And then go back to more of a European look.
Oh, cool.
And
yeah.
So I ordered a front bumper, which is basically just plastic, a cover, and it showed up kind of bent, and the box was kind of manual. So I called the company. I sent the company an email, and they said, "Oh, Mr. Keller, we'll refund the $200 and something, and you can dispose of the bumper any way you want."
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "Well, guess what, Will? Let's see if we can make."
I'm gonna chop up a bumper.
No,
you're gonna make
just in the box. It looks like the box sat vertically instead of laying flat, so the ends of the plastic on the ends got kind of warped in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's going to affect how it actually mounts up
and
stays straight.
Yeah.
So maybe a heat gun needs to be applied a little bit, a little coaxing.
Okay. Have you guys started taking stuff out of the van yet, or you're waiting until you get all your?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not
okay.
Yet.
Cool. I need to work. I need to get the video up. I know on Dirtfoot Racing, there's a video up of Walter's Sprinter van that we're making.
Yeah, that's the one that Will took when we were talking there. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll have one go up sometime soon for you guys. Since I got sick, I'm really behind of editing. Like, I'm just now working on where I went to Hamcation a couple of weeks ago. And check this out, though, by the way. I know we're going to get into Gorn. Look, here's my radio. Oh, thanks, someone. Look, I got an extended antenna. What? So I got a longer antenna, so I'm actually picking up signals a little bit better. And Babyface is going to like this. Wait, hold on. Where is this thing? So... my brother for a long time has been telling me about these little Raspberry Pi boxes. Let me see if I could get. So I actually picked up a Raspberry Pi little box here. They call this a hotspot, and basically this is powered by. Let me see here. Let me get this back on track. Yeah, so this is powered by USB. You could plug it in, and this connects to the internet, and then connects to my radio, and I'm supposed to be able to get out onto the internet with it.
Use your radio almost as a kind of like a.
It kind of makes the internet a repeater, or what they call, I think, reflectors.
Okay. So where is it when you get into the internet with your radio and you say da 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 to somebody? Where does it come out?
It could theoretically come out anywhere in the world. The thing is, I got all this working, but I haven't gotten the radio side of it all connected yet. I've been running into some issues. Like I was almost there, man. I was 98% there, and then I messed up something.
I would get that what you're talking on the phone, or I would get that on another radio.
I'm not sure I understand the point.
Well, the point of it is that let's say I'm in the house and let's say I want to talk to someone in England. You could, if you have a big antenna, which I don't have yet. That's my next thing. I'm gonna get a big antenna put up in the house. So analog wise, I could from my house talk to someone in England. Okay, but with the internet, you can use the internet as your way of connecting, and you could be in your house and use your radio and get your radio online, like voice over IP, and connect over there.
There are way better options. Why would you use a ham radio when I could use Skype or Discord or whatever?
Because it's fun.
Shut it down.
It's
With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List.
You should forget about in my mind, with me getting into ham, I want to forget about the internet. I want to forget about cell phones. I want to forget about all that. I want to make it work when all that stuff is broken,
Yeah, so the analog side of it is what of a lot of people. So one of my friends that I met in the ham world, him and his wife were staying with us here on the property over the weekend. He's very much into the analog side. And trust me, he was working on it. So analog side, I was able to connect from outside of because right now I just have the handheld, right? So I got on, so he has like an antenna like this on the roof of his car. And let me turn this down a little bit because it sounds like someone's going to start talking. Anyway, so he has a thing like this on his car, and I was able to actually talk to Lola from here. and she was in Gainesville, and that's about 23 miles.
Did you hit a repeater, or did you?
Yes, there's a repeater. There's a repeater in Gainesville. I was able to hit it. She was closer to it, obviously. She was in her car at one point. Yeah, she had just her handheld. She was inside the car, and she was like in a parking lot, like underground.
The interesting thing, the more interesting thing to me, is getting off of repeaters as well. Because again, when it comes to repeaters, you're still depending on infrastructure. Like ham radio to me is all about getting away from infrastructure, figuring out how to make it work when there is no infrastructure. All you got is some battery packs or maybe a solar panel and
so the way to look at it like this, like my friends, they got into this ham radio stuff. What did he say? Like 86 or 87?
Oh, they've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
So he had to learn Morse code and everything.
Yes. So, it's going to take me a lot of time to learn all of that. I am going to order a big antenna and get it installed out here, and that would do a lot, but I'm still going to be hitting repeaters analog-wise to be able to do things. But the big reason I want to get that antenna is then I would probably be able to communicate with you from here to your place,
what I'm saying.
especially if you got one.
If you're able to, like, if you're going to be running a large enough antenna, you shouldn't need repeaters per se.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should be able to talk directly with me.
Yeah, but we're talking about.
I most likely couldn't reach back to you because I don't have an antenna, but I could hear you.
But we're I don't want to say it's not super expensive because there's a lot of it's really affordable. You could probably do it for $1,000 or something like that.
Have a good setup. The general license teaches you how to. One of the parts of that is learning how antennas work and how to build them and whatnot.
Yeah, 42 Chilled says many repeaters have batteries and solar, and even the thing is like if stuff goes down in Florida, if you could reach to Georgia, you could still do things. So
part of my concern there is yes, I understand the repeater will be up and functioning. Part of my problem is, okay, so the everything goes down. How many people are going to be trying to hit that repeater and talking over each other? I would rather have a stronger.
Yeah, but it depends who knows. Who depends who knows or understands these things, and then what bands can you use?
Don't mistake. There are a lot of people that know how to use ham. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of licensed. And then in a total emergency, I don't give a rat's ass if I have a license or not. I'm talking to whoever I need.
Yeah,
but the flip side of that, I think that lately there are a lot of people getting into it. But in the past years, let's say if you go back maybe 5 years ago, a lot of people were dying out of it. So they're trying right now to really get a lot of people into it. But here's the reason for the digital side. I think it's just fun. It's just a fun thing that I could be sitting. I could be sitting in my house. Or anywhere, because like a little thing like this, you could put it in the car, right? You could put this in a car, you could take it on the road with you, and you could, when my friend was here, he had one of these, and he was listening to conversation somewhere. And a practical reason is like, no matter how powerful you are, they're from Washington State, right? So you're not going to be able to easily reach all the way back to Washington State over repeaters, but if you have internet, you could...
You gotta get some good skip going on. You gotta catch that skip.
Yeah. So, look, for me, it's just like with you, Patrick, with the with night vision and thermals and stuff like that. That you chase the fun stuff, but along the way you learn like what's like the big thing I've learned, which I have to do, is antenna.
Yes, antenna is from what I understand, a good antenna unlocks a lot. A lot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely work on that. You need to get one too.
A good antenna and a powerful base station. I hear those really nice base stations, like the console units that sit on your desk.
Power.
Yeah.
Yes,
but I think
they make a big difference.
I mean, you don't really
they're
need.
Expensive.
You don't even really need a big, powerful one nowadays. Because in the olden days, when a lot of these things were like. If you go to the shows and you'll see some of this in my video, you'll see like they had the old school tubes, and all those the circuitry and all that old school stuff would need more power than the stuff nowadays that's more digital would need. So, although how far do we want to go down the rabbit hole prepper wise, right? Like, is any of the new stuff surviving an EMP? I don't know, but
So I always I try to think of it in as practical sense as possible, and for me, the most practical thing for me that would be really cool is if we had a base station or even a portable-ish base station in North Carolina. And then if I went out hiking or whatever, I could take my radio with me and call back up to the house. If we're a couple miles, that's as much as I really need.
Right.
I don't hike that far. That would be cool to me.
Yeah.
And that comes from a practical sense of if I'm out hiking and I need help, or, hey, I found this, come down the road and come look at it, I can call back to either handhelds or to the base station or something like that would be nice.
Yeah. DCG says, why not prioritize what you think is best for you, but try it all to have options? I agree with that. It's just something fun. That's why I'm trying to do it. Okay, what are you showing us here? That's not Orange Julie. That's, I forgot.
That's Yarden,
yeah.
3 Yardy or whatever, yeah.
You guys know these people's names?
No, because she's at SHOT Show. And,
she wasn't a shot this year because of that whole the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, Patrick, if you met that body, if you met that chick, you're not forgetting it either. I'll just tell you that right now. She's very nice in person too. She's nice.
Last time she was at SHOT, I didn't get over to the booth where she was at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, once again, nothing against the Israeli folks.
Yeah.
It's just there's just that whole. Anyways.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about guns?
Yeah, let's do some gun stuff. Walter's obviously ready to go. What you got, Walt?
I got to pull out the old. Yesterday, I went up to my dad's and I drug up all my striker-fired pistols.
Yeah, and by the way, you saw that there is a video out with the three of us with some 22s. You guys have seen that,
did
right?
see that, the 22s, yes. That was...
Yeah.
But yeah, I drag out the P80s and the dagger and all that stuff and the Glocks and had a little striker-fired fun, which was good. I mean, it was just strictly shooting holes and tree trunks and knocking off some steel. So
yeah. Speaking of the old school dudes out there that are tougher, how is your old man?
My daddy's all right.
The old Keller.
There's always something going on with Dad. So like today, I get a phone call in the morning, and I was up there yesterday. Everything's all right. I lost my wallet. He tells me. It's like,
that's the worst feeling.
I'm like, well, I know I've done it too, but I've always find it usually. I don't think I've ever had to get everything new again, and I completely lost it. It's usually right where I left it, one of those things. Or one time I left it in my pants, and my mom washed it. And then I was pissed off at my mom, and she's like, "You left it in your pocket. I didn't leave it in your pocket." So, so anyways, he ended up getting a new debit card, and he didn't have a lot of stuff in it, just his driver's license and a debit card, and probably about $5 or $6. So, but he went right away to the tax collector's office, got another license. So
okay,
yeah.
I
heard your dad has a bunch of cases. I think he's supposed to have one for me, like the surplus cases.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Patrick, I think he's going to be selling some of these. You might want to.
We had fiberglass, like.
Do you know which ones? Can I look it up to show people? Do you know what they're called?
There's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, but the Army, the Army surplus cases kind of stuff.
Well, like they'd have electronics in and stuff like that. So maybe like 2 by 3 by 2 or something like that. Fiberglass splits in half.
Okay. So like containers.
Containers,
yes.
What you thought he had charges? You thought he had he's got charges.
Well, first you said he's got a bunch of cases, and I was like, is that like a reference to something? I don't know why. And then I was thinking cases like phone cases or something.
I left a bunch of 9mm cases on the ground there. But,
and that was the other thing I thought. I was like, okay, he's got like
casings.
That was
casings.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be casings.
So he's got a bunch of like surplus contains.
Yeah.
Yes. He bought them and he sold them here and there, but the big ones are a pain in the butt to drag around. So
yes,
he told me, it's like, I got to get rid of these things. I'm going to sell them really cheap. And when he says really cheap, he means really cheap.
Oh,
I had I paid $60 for a Mosin Nagant crate, one of those old wood Mosin Nagant crates.
Yeah, I remember you had that.
I don't have it anymore because I was like, I'm going to make something out of it, and then it sat, and I was like. A friend of a family got cancer, and he runs a food shop in Tampa. It's not quite a grocery store. It's like it's on the corner of Hillsborough and it's like a sandwich shop, but it's got all sorts of oddities.
Like a bodega?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bodega. Exactly. It'd be like a bodega. He runs a little oddity bodega. And I was like, do you think Tom would like this? And Dad's like, yeah, he'd probably like. I was like, can you just put it in the truck and take it to him, and tell him to just put it in the shop, put it in the bodega if he enjoys it. And he got better. He didn't die from cancer, which is good. He got better.
Good.
But
Good
at the
to
same time, I was like, that shit's out of my hair. I've never.
People make coffee tables out of them and stuff.
Yeah.
I know that's what I was gonna do, and then I just never did. I had it for like 2 or 3 years, and it just sat.
Flying Rich wants to know if there are any Pelican cases. Do you know if any of those are Pelican cases?
No, they're not real Pelicans. No. There might be some of the Hardig ones. I think they're called Hardig.
Yeah, Pelican case like.
No, but they were made to store electronic equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
Different
So
things.
some of them I think look like, if anyone ever watches our gun videos, we've got a green one out on the range that we use as a table.
Yeah.
We sit on it.
They're that big?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big.
He's probably
case.
got 10 or 12 of them he wants to get rid of. So.
Yeah.
Man, that's a big case.
Yeah, I might get a
They're
couple.
like the big fiberglass or.
Yeah,
or
I gotta
plastic.
clean up the cottage. I was showing my friend that was here, and Lola was like, "I can't believe you took someone into that mess." And I was like,
that could be your ham shack.
But look, Patrick is just shaking his head. I was like, yeah.
I've cleaned it for you once or twice before, and every time it just gets
That's what I told him. I said every now and then either Lola gets mad at me or Patrick comes over here. He gets mad and starts cleaning everything.
The problem now is all the stuff that was in the studio is now in there, and it's hard to organize all that. It's just it's kind of like
Lola's planning on throwing that on a bonfire. That's Lola's plan. Oh, okay. What is this you got, Walt?
Okay.
Oh God!
From the SHOT Show.
These are collector's items.
Tens of thousands of each. And Geisley was the sponsor, So
yeah.
Wow.
So these are Geisley branded, individually packed for the people listening to us on audio. Individually packed.
They do not have my blue on them or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Individually packed face diapers.
Yeah. How many Geisley patches do you have to go along with that? That might be a good giveaway thing to do.
Not many.
At some point.
I got these, like I talked about before after SHOT, I got these bags of stuff that I need to get rid of.
Oh.
All kinds of stuff in here.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Hats and shirts.
Yeah, what kind of swag did you get? You were supposed to bring some swag back for me. And Patrick called dibs.
I got another container of patches. This is all full of patches and shit.
Yeah, you remember that, right, Patrick? When we were live, they were supposed to be getting. Oh, Hollow Sun! I called dibs on a Hollow Sun.
Really, I got lots of these. No problem.
Cool.
Adam's Arms. I think that was from SHOT Show the year before or something.
Yeah, Adam's Arms is from Florida
let's
somewhere.
go Back to the Future.
What's that? VZ Pro?
Aero Precision. All that stuff.
Aero
so
Precision.
I got to get rid of these. Oh, look at Barnaul.
Barnaul. Oh, Barnaul.
Barnaul. Yeah. That's
yeah.
I wonder how that's going. Has anybody reached out? Because Barnaul is in Russia.
Barnaul.
Oh, so you know what we did? We still have to show more Gorn. We didn't talk about this. For all you people that are banning Russian products, I'm open to take those AKs off your hands.
Yeah,
any Russian AKs that you're banning now, you just send them to me.
This is Geisley from 2020.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I'd probably put these. There's a SHOT Show patch trading group on Facebook. I'd probably put these up there. I could sell this stuff.
Yep, for sure.
Really? People buy those?
Oh, those things go for money. Yeah. I see Palmetto State Armory. Yeah. Even while we're at SHOT Show, all the guys walking around getting patches, they start selling them right there in Vegas. They put them up online. They take pictures. Yeah. Some patches are $20, $30, $100.
Whoa!
Am I lying, Walt?
Go make some money.
Oh, you're not lying. Depends how bad somebody wants something for their collection. Yeah, I mean, I'd never pay it, but...
Rich wants to know if those cases are watertight, if he could bury stuff in them.
Yes. Yeah, probably could, yeah.
Yeah, I would put it in some kind of plastic.
Test it first.
Here, let me just, on the burying stuff, I mean, I always say these people want to bury their guns and stuff. If you need that gun buried, it ain't going to do you no good, so...
Yeah, but there may be some things that you want to strategically
you can
relocate to a subterranean terrestrial location.
I have a friend, and I'm not gonna say who he is. We were talking about Russia the other day, and he goes, "The Russians got nukes buried all over this country."
Which country?
This country.
America?
Oh, he thinks they got underground that they can just set off.
In America?
And in one phone call, they'll set it on. They'll.
It's like
they'll shut.
sorry,
phone
no,
call will shut
that
down
would have
the
happened
power
a long
system.
time ago.
I don't believe that.
You know, and
yeah.
it's like one phone call to shut down all the power and the water will be off. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. So,
Yeah, that's cray even for me.
Yeah,
Well,
that's even beyond my capabilities there.
Yeah.
All right, is it gun time?
Yeah, let's show some guns. Let's show what else you got.
Right.
I don't know if Patrick has anything.
I dug out the Liberator.
This is a Liberator.
Oh, is this
right,
this is the remake, right?
Yeah.
This is not the original Liberator. I didn't pull this out of a
You
CIA
shot this,
vault.
I think, right, Patrick? Did you
Yes.
shoot this?
Yes.
I know I did. I thought Patrick did too.
Yes, I think I might have.
Yeah. That's
It
cool
is-
though.
Let me just say one thing. It is unpleasant.
It's made. So the concept, for anybody that doesn't know what a Liberator pistol is, the concept was we would drop a shitload of these into Nazi-held territories.
Right, or into Ukraine.
Or now into Ukraine. It would have a handful of cartridges in the base. You would load it one at a time. And the idea was you go up behind a Nazi, you put to the back of their head, and then you take their Mauser.
Mm-hmm.
That was the concept. It wasn't made
Now
like
let's
you were gonna
remember
be
that
playing-
Putin said he was denazifying Ukraine. Yeah, I'm just okay.
But
he
yeah,
said that?
we're not- yeah, he said
Yes.
that.
That was his thing, is he was going to denazify Ukraine.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah, that
you
was the idea.
You get one shot. You walk up.
You get one shot, then
on
you
them.
take their Mauser, you take their subgun, and then you go to biz, go to town.
You get a weapons upgrade. And then you ditch this.
Battlefield upgrade, as Patrick likes to call it.
Battlefield
Hold that up again, Walt. Let's get a good look at that before you put it away.
Playing literal gun game.
It's cool, Walt.
guys
If
don't
you
know
if you see someone selling these again, get one for me.
They're making them still.
All right.
Yeah, I would like to.
I think the company still makes them. They just do they do limited runs once per year or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
I
do
like
them
those. That would be cool.
comes
That would
in
be cool.
Expensive.
It comes in the
The-
cool, like original
like
wax box that they
yeah.
put 'em
Wax
in.
paper, yeah.
So
They're
this
not cheap though, Hank.
so-
They're very expensive.
Oh, they're expensive. How much
Oh,
are
yeah.
they?
It was like
I think when I
$1,000
bought,
stuff.
I think when I bought this, I paid like $450 for it.
Oh, I
okay.
thought it was more than that. They're very collectible now.
I mean, so what was these back in the days when they were
Origi-
parachuting those in? Yeah.
Original Liberator's probably easy a couple grand, if you can
Oh,
find one.
now?
Oh, now that's
God,
now.
they are- Liberator.
They're more than
they
a
were made by
grand?
GM.
How much did they cost back in the days? This is what I'm curious
I'm
about.
looking
Like
it up.
in
I'm
World War
looking it
II.
Maybe $1 or $2. That's all.
Oh, wow.
$2.10 back in
Yeah.
1943.
That was money. That was money back then. Sounds like someone's trying to talk.
That's what I keep hearing. That sound that I made that Walter said with his chair, that's your radio going off.
It could be. It could be. I have it turned down.
I
right
keep
now.
hearing it. No, I keep hearing it in the background, and that's why I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's
But no,
kerchunking every now and
Liberators-
then.
Liberators, one, they didn't make a whole lot of them. They never truly dropped them behind enemy
No,
lines.
No.
And they're not made to survive. They're stamped sheet steel with a stamped barrel. It's not. It's a tube on a stamped
Yeah,
sheet steel gun.
The original ones were smoothbore. So
Yeah.
Yes, they were smooth
Yeah.
bore. They didn't even have a rifle.
this
They're
has
not
minimal
made-
rifling in it. So
They weren't made to survive long term. So now they are highly collectible.
Yeah, we got like 35 seconds. By the way, shout out to, speaking of IDF babes out there, shout out to Vanessa Katie. I see Vanessa Katie in the out there. And I think yesterday, was it yesterday? I was on the Shooting in the Woods podcast with our friend
cool.
Shooting Gallery New England, Joe. So,
Oh.
after we come back from this break, we are going to keep the, okay. We're going to keep this going right in a few seconds.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
Yes. Vanessa Kitty says, "Oh, thank you, Hank." So there you go. And she says, "Yes, on Shooting Channel. Good you did, Hank. Good you did. Very smart of you. Judge me by my size, do you?" Pretty good. Lola loves that, by the way. Someone went and got his crank. Patrick. So people were saying, oh, that's not the crank. I'm sorry. I don't know I thought that.
That's a Wasser. Is that a Wasser?
No, I didn't see the whole thing.
Is that your Polish one? Is that your Polish gun or is that
Oh boy, now he's getting uppity. What is that? This is the
Polish,
one that...
I ain't no fucking Pole.
Oh, hey.
Tula.
Hey, ego easy.
That's a Tula star right there.
Yeah, first of all, let's recognize Walter's
well, that's the first thing.
Rush.
Like I was before, still got family in Ukraine, actually in Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was saying today that my aunt has actually spoke to somebody over there recently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't mention that, so I hope all your family comes out of this good.
I've never met any of them over there, but yeah, there's a whole story with that. My father's family, when they lived in Kiev, got called out by the Germans. So,
yeah. So do you have like some cute nieces over there?
I have no idea.
Ukrainians are some okay looking ladies.
Maybe looking to marry some American dudes. I'm just trying to help out my bros out there.
All of us are married here.
I'm not me. This is not for me. I think about the other man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking out for my people out there that are single.
Looking out for your fellow mankind. Huh?
This is a 69. This is a 69 Tula parts kit that I built.
Right.
If I could ever get focused. There you go. 69 Tula parts kit. This is the first AK I ever built. Hank, what year were you born?
72.
This parts kit is older than you.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild to think.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, and
it's got
a OPK7 optic on top.
Yeah, that came from Russia, right?
Came from Russia, and
that is banned equipment right now.
From what I hear, the guy that's making them hasn't made them in a couple of years, and they're very rare in the States now.
Yeah. I think you have to give that up, Patrick. You could send that to me. For all the people, can you believe there's dudes out there, like there's states, and I think some of these are Republicans, if not all of them, that are telling their state-run liquor stores they can't sell Russian vodka.
Fuck.
Yeah, seriously. You don't believe me? You want me to pull it up?
I believe you. I absolutely believe you.
It's insane. What the hell are we talking about?
All right,
no Russian products being sold. No Russian wives coming over the border.
You sell what you have in stock, and then you probably won't be getting any more for quite some time, but
I can see
stop with that silliness. Come
on. I mean, no, but it's kind of, I don't like, come on, you can't blame the vodka. As someone who likes vodka, it's not gonna...
it is Russia. Maybe you can blame the vodka.
Well,
a lot of decisions are probably made over a couple shots of vodka over there.
A couple shots. I don't think vodka is their tea. The vodka is Russian for tea.
Yeah,
I know Stoli's is made in Latvia, if I'm not mistaken. The bottle that we have here is made in Latvia. And then there's there's Polish vodka that's really good. That's actually made from potatoes. Laskaya is called Laskaya. That's good.
Very little vodka now. I hear very little is actually made from potatoes any longer. Most of it's like corn liquor.
Yeah,
isn't there like some celebrities that are making vodka from different stuff?
The Skullhead guy, Dan Aykroyd.
That was Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, Skull vodka is good too. I've had that. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Lola one of those. She likes vodka. I can't handle no kind of liquors.
Marley likes vodka too.
Yeah. It's a good thing. I praise the lords of vodka. Especially if Lola's mad or whatever, she gets some vodka in her. She'll forget about being mad at me. Yeah.
I could take this to war if I ever had to. I don't know that I want to, but the sim would work just fine. I would trust shooting this in wartime. Nothing fancy.
I would think you would have more training than those, or practice at least.
I've probably got more range time than most of the conscripts going into the war right now.
Yeah. Walt, what are you messing around with there?
So here's the question. Is that original or is that a Chinese clone?
This is a 10 gauge original.
Oh, that's cool.
I have the Chicom 12 gauge one also too, actually.
So that's a real Winchester. What's it? 1887, 18
something like that. Yeah, it's a model. This is in model 1901. Because this is the first one they made of these was made for black powder.
That's right.
And then they went to smokeless, and this one here supposedly will handle smokeless powder. So
you ever shot that thing?
I haven't shot this one. I want to get some of the brass cased rounds and I don't want to get crazy high pressure ones because
Yes.
I just don't want to.
Yes.
This is like a goose gun. This freaking got a barrel. It's like
Yeah, that's a big barrel.
This is not going to be pleasant. I will just be quite assured of that because of the barrel length. You're going to get full powder burn here, boy.
Oh yeah. And I've never shot a 10 gauge, but
yeah, me neither.
I can't imagine it being great.
Wait, hold on. I don't know.
I've never
shot a 10 gauge. I think I shot a 10 gauge single barrel one time, and that wasn't fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
God.
Just
but
so lightweight.
Back when that was made, 1901 or whatever, brass cased shotgun shells were still a thing. Like that was still pretty common, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was even before paper. Like paper hadn't really taken off yet. Like you would pack your own brass casings.
You could reload them, yes.
DCG44 says, wish they still imported that chocolate copy with the 18-inch barrel. What's he talking about? Is that the chocolate copy with the 18-inch barrel?
You're talking about the shotgun
the Chinese copy. He probably meant the Chinese and he got auto-corrected.
Oh, Chicom. Yeah.
Oh.
Chicom. Maybe he was at Chicom, but he got auto-corrected to chocolate.
Oh, Lord. He's going to be mad about that if that's what happened.
Speaking of, you know what? On Utreon, I think I tried to type in Chicom and it wouldn't let me do it. So that ain't right.
Really?
That ain't right.
I'm just laughing because someone yeah, they have a their band dictionary is deep, man. Their band dictionary is deep.
Oh, it took it.
Oh, it took Chicom. Okay.
Yeah, it did.
Here you go, Walter.
Chicom. Yeah, DCG says Chicom, not chocolate. So there you go. What is that, Patrick? What do you?
The stink, Walter.
That's a cleaning kit.
Made in Germany.
Oh, East German cleaning kit. Oh my God.
East German cleaning kit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What is happening? Okay.
German stuff.
Yeah. So listen, before you guys go to more stuff, before Walter goes to more stuff, I want to show people. So you guys know Bushmaster is back. Boom. So I've got some cans here from Bushmaster, some suppressors. Actually, let me go full screen here.
Impressors.
Boom. So Bushmaster, I guess they're going to call their suppressors Muta.
Unboxes. I want to see what they look like.
Yeah. So what's up?
I didn't know that they were making suppressors now.
Yeah, they are going to be making suppressors. I actually showed these off first last night on the Shooting in the Woods podcast. So they're doing two right now, 5.56 and 30 cal. And
they're direct thread only.
Yes,
right?
they're direct thread only. So it comes in this box. I'm not sure of the price. Patrick, maybe you can look that up on the Bushmaster website for me with your awesome internet, you bastard. So black box on side of
very nicely priced. The 30 cal is $5.99.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing they're both going to be $5.99.
And then the box is like this. You know, it's not like a super expensive box, but it's still nice packaging.
What have we always said? Save money on the packaging and just give me a good product.
Yeah. So let's see if we can get that to focus. Come on.
It will.
Go back a little bit. Oh, maybe.
Don't
go
see
backwards.
my face.
Almost. To whatever.
Yeah, it's seeing my face or something like that, so it doesn't want it. There we go.
There it goes.
Yeah, so
it's still too bright.
Yeah, anyway.
It's the Muta.
So that's the place where you're gonna get the snake. It would be nice if there was actually like the snake on the actual can. Here goes the can right here. It's a good looking can.
Oh, it doesn't look bad.
Good looking can. Fine. Looks like it's got good welds on it. Nicely.
I was gonna say it's solid welded.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come apart.
Yeah.
So this is made to go on a direct thread and just kind of live there, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one I think is the 5.56. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just take out the other one, same kind of thing. You know, it's in a sleeve. So there you go. It really would be nice if they put a little like Bushmaster. And I don't know if people think that's silly, but that's what I like about Bushmaster. Yeah, I like the snake. Yeah, I like the snake. Don't take that as a double entendre. But I have a Bushmaster rifle, and mine has the snake with the arm pistol on it. So, and then here is the 30 cal, as you can tell from the big thread.
It looks just a little bit longer, and it's got a 30 cal hole in it.
Yeah. it looks good. So we'll test these. We'll get a bunch of 5.56 stuff that's direct thread and 30 cal.
Do they have specs on them of like how short you can go and?
It's probably on the website there.
Oh, it's actually so 5.56 is $4.99 and 30 cal is $5.99.
Okay. Yeah. So
17.4 heat treated stainless steel, finished with Cerakote, full auto rated. It's got a removable end cap, they say. So if you get an end cap,
the end cap does look. Yeah, the end cap is removable. Yes. There was no tool. I was looking to see if there was a tool in this. Let me see. Is it under? Because typically they give you there's no tool in here to remove it.
They don't say a whole lot in here about.
But it might be a universal tool. I will before we do these just came in, by the way. So before we do videos of these, I'll try to reach out to those guys and have some more specs and stuff like that for you all. So that in the video that we do, we'll talk about it. And Walter, we might need you to show up here so that we can test these on some full auto
stuff.
Want
a machine gun?
Yeah, Walt. We need a 30 cal machine gun.
What's the magic word?
What's the magic
Set
word?
Me. The magic word should be set me. Or G3. The magic word should be full auto G3.
Yeah.
You got no home.
The magic word is
magic word?
The magic
word is
we'll use Hank's ammo.
Is mofo. The magic word is mofo. Please. I want the knife.
You need a trigger pack, or we need to steal one of the trigger packs for that set for the G3.
Yeah. What do you have that's direct thread and machine? Oh, well, no. Can we put it?
ARs would work. We can make.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we get it on an AK? No, because that we would have to do something.
Different thread pitch.
Yeah, because that's a different.
I wouldn't trust putting those on an AK either. They're not really made for that.
We'll figure out some stuff.
I probably have an AR that I can take to unscrew the muzzle brake off of. It's not,
yeah. Do you have a 308 machine gun?
Negative.
Oh, I think you got to make one.
G3. You get a G3.
I should do that. I've been threatening to do that.
Ooh.
Yes.
Just get worst case scenario, we could always just order an extractor and spring for a G3. Is that what it requires? Or actually, I think we could just switch them. You take the extractor and the spring, the ejector and the spring, and put it in the MP5 ones that you have that are registered, and that should work.
Yeah.
I think all it needs is an ejector and a spring. Higher pressure spring.
By the way, shout out to Shooting Gallery Any. He's out there. You guys should follow him on Utreon.
Walter has been patiently sitting here. Is that a VZ50?
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead, Walt.
What is it? What?
I said you've been patient. Is that a VZ? Oh no!
This is an Arisaka.
Yeah.
And I found out. I thought it was a real rifle, but somebody told me it's a trainer.
Oh, that was long. That was like a starship going by just now when you did that. It is still going.
What makes it a trainer?
Oh wow.
Well, I don't think it's designed to shoot full power ammo.
Oh, they would have blanks or low power.
Yeah, make for a bad day. Could be a bad day.
They used wooden bullets back then, I think, too, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't know if this was just to train on the action, or to actually train in some low power round. I've got to do some more research on it. I picked it up at the military vehicle rally back in the last one in Zephyr Hills, wherever that was, and I have a couple other Arisakas that are regular rifles. I need to get some ammo because I want to shoot them all, actually, and I just haven't got around to buying any Jap ammo. So 6.5 or 7.7.
Take the bolts. Take the bolt out of that gun and look down the barrel and tell me what you see.
It looks like a cave in Afghanistan, probably.
No. This might be interesting because I just read something looking at trainers that let's see if it holds true here. Is there anything interesting you see down there, or lack of anything?
Well,
you might need a flashlight.
It looks something like rifling, but once again, it resembles a cave on Iwo Jima.
Because there's some on here that say they had smooth bores back then, so some of the trainers would have been a smooth bore trainer.
Huh? It looks like I gotta. Now that we've pulled it out here, I need to take it to shop, and I haven't really cleaned the gun since I got it. I kind of forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is. I didn't know that they. Like I said, I got to do some research because I was like, man, I got some ammo and shoot this sucker, but now it's going to blow up. So.
Yeah. Cruiseman says a lot of trainers were 22s. So
that is possible too, but this one is got a full size. Looks like a 7 millimeter bore. So
that's full count.
I'll have to do some more research on it. If I do put a round through it, I'll tie it up somewhere and pull it with a
just blow it up
with a string.
Yeah, so we missed a call. Vanessa Kitty said, my neighbor here was taken across from East Germany as the wall was going up. Okay. Very cool.
It looks like they don't function. I think it looks like it was made where it won't actually shoot. Like there's no firing pin, and they were made to train on the bolt itself, like train on like.
It looks like there's a firing pin in it, but
weird.
Armament and Axis says the magic word is ammo.
Well, that too,
but Japanese.
Here, if you want to the magic word ammo, then the second magic word that is full auto. So
yes, exactly.
If I provide a lot of full auto fun for a long time, but right now, if you want to shoot a lot of full auto, you better bring some ammo with you.
I've got ammo. Depending on.
I know you do.
I'll take care of you. And Babyface, I'm sure, will be more than happy to pull the triggers. I like how in that video.
Am qualified.
Yeah, I like how in that video that we did, Patrick was like, "Oh, I should have brought. I had a really nice 22. I should have brought it here." That part right there, I wanted to strangle him. We had the conversation before we all showed up there that we were going to do that.
No, we had talked about doing it wasn't the 22s, it was the other guns
we talked
that
about
I didn't bring a magazine for.
No.
High points.
It was that same day.
We talked about high points, we talked about 22s also.
High points. I thought it was a high point day and I forgot the magazines. I didn't think
you didn't even bother to bring a magazine.
Yeah, I did. It's not that I didn't bother. I forgot it. I didn't actively go, well, fuck these magazines. I forgot them.
Okay, it was funny. Whatever.
I got.
You need to get some extra magazines, by the way. We have to figure out how to get you some. Both of you guys got to get some extra magazines.
I bought 3 mags during the Black Friday day. But you heard the guy from High Point say, "Well, I think I could have got you some mags or something like that."
Yeah, we need to get some mags.
Hey, here's 2 more of them right here.
Oh, you got. Oh, there's mags. Okay.
These are 10 millimeter.
Okay, but I don't think Patrick has enough magazines, right? You only have 1.
I got 2 red balls and I got 2 of the.
You got what? Say that again. What was that?
2 red balls.
Red ball? Is that what it? Red balls? Whatever they were.
No, I thought you said you had. I thought you said you had 2 red balls.
Sounded like you said you had 2 red balls.
Yeah. I got 2 of the red. Isn't that the name of the company? Red Ball.
Red balls. Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I got 2 of the extended mags and I got 2 of the plain regular mags.
Right.
I also. Sorry. Go ahead, Walter.
Yeah. What is this Walter showing?
I had the dagger out yesterday.
Oh, the dagger.
I tell you what, this thing is so comfortable, in my opinion. So comfortable to shoot the way the grip is and everything. I just
you liking it, huh?
I just like it, man. The dagger is cool. I can't wait till they come out with the full size one. So
I would like to see them come out with a subcompact. When is the subcompact dagger coming out?
I happened to see one of those at the SHOT Show.
You did? Oh.
That thing was sweet. I think Richard Hughes has a video on it on the interweb now.
Oh, Hughes does? Did you held it in your hands?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that thing is going to be sweet because.
Is anybody in the Gainesville area looking for a pet?
Uh-oh. Why? Are you trying to get rid of Buckshot?
Hold on, my phone is ringing. I will show you. Marley's helping me find my phone.
Oh, no.
Oh, got it. Thank you, baby. Check out what showed up at my house last night.
Okay.
A possum?
Possum. It's a pet possum.
I've seen people.
I think we wouldn't be seeing. We would only be seeing pictures of that strung up. I don't think Patrick will be showing. Okay, hold on. What's happening? Hold on. You got back. A rabbit.
A rabbit.
Is that a wild? Rabbit? Is that a wild rabbit or a domestic?
Come on, Hank. Do you think that's a wild rabbit? Look at it.
It showed up at your house.
My parents stayed the night last night. They're doing some traveling, and so they were here last night. Mom went out last night to get her glasses. She left them in the truck. She came back in and she was like, "Did you guys see the rabbit that's sitting outside?" And I was like, "What are you?" It's like 9:30 at night. I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "There's a black and white rabbit sitting in front of the oak tree, right in front of the house." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That has to belong to one of your neighbors.
Nobody has claimed it. I tried putting out things to try to figure out who it is. Nobody has said anything. We're wondering if somebody, because mind you, we back up to woods. We're kind of in the wooded area. Wondering if somebody decided they don't want a rabbit no more and they dropped it off in front of.
Oh, like the college kids when they have pets and then they decide
that thing will get eaten quick.
Coyotes and stuff like that.
Real fast. That's what I'm wondering, because that thing, domestic rabbits can't survive in the wild. They have no idea how to. So I walked. It was sitting. It was poor thing was terrified. I walked right up to it, picked it up, and it was. It wasn't happy, but it was like, pick me up. Let's go. So we have a rabbit living in our garage in the dog pen right now, and I guess I'll take him to.
How is Buckshot? How's Buckshot taking the rabbit?
That fucking dog! I can't bring him around it. We tried to see how he would handle it last night, and his prey drive was so bad that it took him like 45 minutes to like come down off of sniffing the rabbits. He wanted, like, he was howling and scratching at the door trying to get. I'm like, no. So yeah, we're not keeping the rabbit, but I guess if anybody's local and wants it, let me know, because nobody's claiming.
Is it a male or female rabbit?
I didn't go looking. It's a rabbit. That's all I know. We're probably gonna.
I'm just saying. I don't know. You got to make sure it don't have no babies, because you all of a sudden might have 6. You might have 6 rabbits on your head or 10
babies.
Yeah.
The Humane Society, Alachua County Humane Society. I think they'll take it in and rehome it.
No, somebody will take that rabbit quick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very sweet little thing. I picked it up and it just wants to do rabbity things. But no, I was like shocked that there was a domestic rabbit sitting out in the front yard
outside your door, and it knew the right door to go to.
We took it in real quick
because I would have just opened the door and let Buckshot get some exercise.
No, but that's the thing, is it couldn't have survived long out there by itself. Okay. I mean, that thing would have gotten eaten overnight real quick.
See, Buckshot, I think more about you. I'm on your side, buddy.
He does not need to be chased.
Hell, even a big hawk or an eagle or something.
Would have taken that. Would have taken that thing real quick. Yeah. And it has no idea how to defend itself. It's not going to fight back or run. It's going to die.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah, so
we rescued a rabbit. We're going to take it to the Humane Society tomorrow.
Someone will claim it. Okay, let me show off this gun here before we run out of time. Does anyone know what this is?
Yes.
Who knows what that is?
I know it's
we beat ourselves.
Standard
manufacturing.
Yeah, standard manufacturing.
DB12.
We beat ourselves up trying to break that thing.
Yeah, this is the one.
Double trouble.
This is the one we ran a train on.
Oh god,
that's the one you shot like lots and lots of rounds through and you broke
600 rounds through it.
Yeah.
It was really not fun.
Yeah, we didn't break it, so to speak. Well, maybe we did.
We broke it.
We bent it a little.
Yeah, it broke.
We melted the feed tubes.
Something like that, and it started shooting twice. It would shoot both barrels at the same time on accident.
Oh,
yeah. So it's
not
all
supposed
fixed.
To do that. It did.
Yeah. It's all fixed up. It's all fixed up. This particular one. Yeah. So it's cool. I got one here. It's in the Bullpup collection. It's a lot heavier than a KSG. But
are we back? Are we back?
What happened? Nothing happened on my end.
You just stuttered like
crazy.
Well,
I guess we're back.
Oh, did I just make some noises?
Yeah, that's what you were doing for both of us.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. All right. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too terrible. Too terrible out there. I wonder if my radio's throwing everything off. Yeah, I got it like an extended. Look at that. Look at that antenna. Ooh.
Your ham radio's not going to mess with your cell circuit.
Two of them back there with the whippies. Two of them back there.
Yeah. Are those on, Walt? You keep those on?
No, they're not on. No,
okay.
They're on the charger. One of them's on a charger, but they're not on. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that poor battery is probably burnt out if it's been on the charge for a long time.
By the way, mine has this cool waterfall. Let me see if I can show you guys. Look at that.
Is that a power thing or a frequency
What did
thing?
you?
It's a waterfall, so basically it's showing the
You can see
signal pattern.
You can see the signal coming through. How much did you end up paying for that? Because the new digital ones like that are really cool.
Yeah, these are about
expensive.
in the $700 sub
Holy
$700 category.
shit!
Yeah.
I paid $200 for my radio, and I thought that was a lot of
for the Yaesu. Yeah, that's like, that's your entry level. I got to go big time when I'm getting it up in. Oh, okay, well, there you go. Yes, I think this is a FT60. Lola has the
FT60.
Yeah, Lola has the 65R, which is just a little bit
What do
newer
you
than
have?
that.
I thought you had a 65R.
Yeah, Lola has a 65R. Walter,
No,
what are
do
these?
you have?
Both
Walter's got two
Two
Baofangs.
Baofangs, yeah, or however
And
you
those
say
things
them.
work perfectly well for anybody
One
out
is
there.
Yeah.
One is supposed to be an 8-watt. Shh, don't tell anybody. And the other one's supposed to be a 5-watt.
This is a ICOM, ICOM 52. So that's what this is right here.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah, you got the weather station on. I could put the weather station on.
That's everybody at the same time.
Everybody got weather going.
Let me turn it up. Where's my weather stuff?
Oh, hold on. Let me mute my phone. I'll be right back.
That's weird that I can't. Did I delete my weather thing? Better not have. That's weird.
The Baofangs, those Baofangs are like 30. I bought a Baofang to have. It's actually over here. Oh, goodness. It's not a Baofang. It's a knockoff Baofang. Imagine that. A knockoff.
How is that
of
possible?
A knockoff Baofang.
A knockoff
It's
of
a-
a knockoff.
It's a triad or triode or something like that.
A tin radio? I don't know.
Yeah.
What, knockoff of a knockoff.
Tio
of a
Red.
Knockoff of a knockoff.
Yeah.
But you can get one of these, even the quote-unquote 8-watt ones that are not supposed to be legal or whatever.
Yeah.
I got the whole package with radio, with a bunch of accessories, different antennas, 2 batteries for $35 from Amazon.
Yeah.
For
I
the
mean,
whole freaking shit.
yeah. You could buy like 4 Baofangs for $100.
They're
Yeah.
cheap, but they function.
Yeah.
They're not great, but they do what they're supposed to, supposedly.
Yeah.
And you can, if you get the little software, and you can program it to do all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This one is a better. I can say that I bought the Yaesu, the FT60. This is a better radio. It functions better. It sounds better. It's a little more powerful. But for anybody that's just getting into ham, those Baofangs, dime a dozen. You can break it. You don't really feel too bad. Where these, this is like a $200 radio. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. By the way, there's a Gainesville SARnet. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, that's our radio code, right?
So yeah, let me see.
What's yours called? It's a Icon what?
ICOM, ICOM.
Oh.
So ICOM ID 52 is what this is.
52A.
Yeah.
650 hot. Damn.
Yeah. It's probably like you can put it in the category of the latest hotness.
That's premium.
Kind of thing.
That is
Yeah.
premium. That's an expensive ass radio.
It's going to be like, I'm going to have a handheld for a while. I'm going to do the antenna thing and, do some other stuff, do some other learning and all that kind of stuff before. And then I'll probably put something mobile in the van, but honest. And then I'll probably get another mobile. I don't know if I'm going to get like a full blown, base radio kind of thing, because I see what a lot of these guys is they have a mobile. And they use that for their base thing, so I'll probably wind up doing that. So
yeah.
And Kioski says $35 for the 8-watt right now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not expensive, and they supposedly the only thing that's a little weird that I need to figure out between the two of these is, for whatever reason my Yaesu currently is broadcast and receive on the same on maybe it's like a negative 25 broadcast. I can't remember. Because so it's a minus 500.
Oh, that's affecting your microphone right now. You don't hear it.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. It buzzed just now when you were changing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is
because you had your antenna pointed in the direction of it.
This one drops 500 to broadcast. This one, I think, currently raises 500 to broadcast. It's weird. They're set up a little bit differently, and I've not played with them long enough to get them to talk to each other.
And 42 Chilled says WX, that's the radio. See, it's doing it again.
Really? When I press the buttons, it interfered?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see if it does it on my end here.
Yeah, I want to see. No?
No, but you'd have to put it towards your microphone or something like that. It doesn't always create the... I'm telling you, I'm amazed at how fascinated we are by it. Like, making a 20-plus mile contact with Lola is cool. When Babyface and I are able to talk to each other, that's going to be cool.
Because you're not relying on a third party to transmit for you. That's the neat thing. You have no third party that's interfering in between the two of you. If you have a strong enough antenna.
Yeah.
It's you directly connecting to, that's neat.
Yeah. But you could use, so today I was listening on that channel from inside the house, just with this handheld, and I heard one of the guys was in Sarasota.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking. So we can theoretically be able to talk to each other once we get the right stuff up and going and all that. So, and every year they're going to have Hamcation in Orlando. So probably coming up on it next year, I'll talk more about that here. So if people in Florida are close and they want to meet up there and all that kind of stuff, we could do it. There's other ham things going on around the country. I think there's one coming up in Dayton, Ohio, which is the biggest one. That's like the SHOT Show for the ham radio world. But I'm not going to be able to make that, although I think I'll be on the road. I think that's happening the same time as... What's the name of the PSA thing?
Man.
It just The Gathering? Right. The Gathering, yeah. The Gathering, I think it's happening at the same time as that. So, and I wish I knew what I knew now, because there was a whole bunch of stuff there I would have bought. Like my friend that was here was showing me these radios, because he'll buy some of those old police radios when he sees them, because, they're very good for short distance stuff, and they can have a digital code in there that two people could talk to each other, and there's all kinds of different, he's got tons of handheld radios for different reasons. So Cruiseman says he has family in Dayton, so there you go. What happened to these guys? Oh crap. Come on. Okay, somehow the guys got kicked out. Hopefully I'm still transmitting. Let me know if you guys... I'm here. If you guys are still here and getting this, let me know. But I think everyone got kicked out. I don't know what happened there at the end. Something went down. So let me see if these guys are going to dial back in.
I put up there, Pooty Poot hacked us.
Okay, so anyone who's on part 2, you're probably seeing... Yeah, there we go. What is happening? Okay, so there we go. So we're on the part 2. I could hear it for anyone who's over there. Here's what we're gonna do. We should just probably start wrapping the whole thing up here. That's probably the best thing to do. I'm sure we'll get a couple of people to come in, and then I'll have to do some extra work and stitch these two things together. I'm not sure why the whole thing dropped out here, but I see 42 Chill, Kiaski, DCGs is out there as well. So let's do this. Anything that you guys want to say before we go to the wrap-up part of this, so far as the whole Ukraine thing?
I think I got my Ukraine out.
Yeah. I know Walter was mad earlier because he fired someone because of their hairstyle or something.
No, that wasn't. There was nothing about that. I just don't like more silly laws.
Right, yeah. I mean,
silly reasons.
Yeah. Well, it's silly reasons on both sides, I think. But yeah, we got too many laws, man. We need less laws. We need less laws, without a doubt.
And some of us need to grow up.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think Walter's ready to fight that battle, but he was pretty salty earlier. Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm just no more silly laws. No more
Yeah,
silly laws.
he was pretty salty about it earlier. If you know what I would say, Babyface, if you know what the Gainesville Sarnet is, that's a good one to go to.
That's just
You should be
one of the
yeah, and you're very close to
repeaters. I can hit a bunch of the repeaters.
yeah, you're close to a bunch of repeaters and stuff like that over there, so you probably will hear some stuff. Okay, so listen, let's do this. Let's wrap this all up here. Who should we start with? We'll start with let's start with Babyface. Tell the folks out there where they can find you. You got some videos coming up, I think, right?
YouTube.com/babyfaceP or on Instagram, it's baby_faceP. I do have some stuff coming out. I keep saying that every week, but I have some stuff in the works. It's just a matter of me getting off my ass and finishing it.
Sega.
I know. Next time you come down here or up here, next time you come up here, they will be ready for you.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're
gonna have some videos on that, right? Probably a couple. Or...
Yes, probably just one.
Do you have like a strategy of what you're doing there? Are you just gonna put it up on YouTube? Are you gonna put some stuff like on Utreon or something?
I don't know yet. I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because when I was talking to Joe yesterday, a Shooting Gallery NE, he said that's because he's had some videos deleted too.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that's kind of his strategy. He'll put the videos on Utreon and then make a YouTube video, but tell people, hey, if you really want to see this, you got to go over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I meant to mention you guys the other day. I contested one of my videos that IG took down.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, you got to look at that. They put it back up.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I didn't, it was really silly why they took it down. It had nothing to do with selling anything illegal or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what it was about.
Yeah.
I posted one time about the little mushrooms. I called them mushrooms that are on the back of the 50 caliber bolt.
Mm-hmm.
I had a whole batch of mushrooms, and they thought it was like illegal stuff.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Yeah. The only thing I would say... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I don't do the mushroom, so...
Right, obviously. But the only thing I would say is sometimes, once you get their attention, you can test something, and it looks like it's in your favor, but they flag you. And then they start doing stuff to you. But, it is what it is. Okay, Walter, tell the folks out there how, where they could find you, see all your mushrooms.
Yes.
Mushroom talk.
Videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. Safety Hour Firearms is on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. There's also safetyhourfirearms.com. StemParts.com. We've been super busy at STEM Parts. You guys are buying a lot of parts out there. Bless your hearts. And then there's Different Racing, which is on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Right. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Not that I don't know.
People are buying handfuls of literally handfuls of barrels at one time.
I don't know if this is a good sign, bad sign of like what's happening in the world, Patrick.
That's weird.
Everyone's getting up on stands.
10 or 15 PPS 43 barrels at one time. You like PPS 43s, so
right. Mm.
Or some people probably reselling them too.
Interessante. Yeah.
Freedom. They're freedom sticks, as you like to call them.
Absolutely, yes. So, all right, very cool. So, what we're gonna do, big thanks to everyone who came over here to the end. I apologize for whatever technical difficulties it is we had. It comes all the way down to the end, and then we have the technical difficulties. So we are... Oh, you know what? I'm going to roll in the end, and we'll come back. And who's giving us words of wisdom, Patrick?
Sure, I can.
Okay, Patrick.
Yeah, I don't have to do it tonight.
Yeah, Patrick, I'm sure he's got something from all the stuff that he's... been looking at between the legal stuff, between Viva Frey and Ukraine, and sometimes probably a mix. I'm sure he's got some stuff. So we're going to have a show tonight, Monday, and then a show Tuesday, and then I think we're off for the rest of the week because there's a bunch of stuff going on, I think, including the Ocala RV show. So,
cool.
Yeah, that's coming up sometime real soon. Don't ask me exactly when, but it's coming up soon. And Walter, you might want to check that out for some good ideas. So, that's what's going on there. I'm going to roll in the end right now, and then we will be back. And BFP, the face, is going to drop some wisdom on your face in the form of a golden shower of wisdom. We're coming right back.
It's getting real awkward real fast.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We're going to rip the audio out of this and throw it up on your favorite place to catch your audio podcasts. So that's iTunes, I don't know, Spotify, all those different places. We got people listening to us all over the world. You know, we've got people in Mexico, we got people in Canada, we got people in England, we got people in Russia that listen to us, believe it or not. And shout out to everyone. Might be some people in Russia not super happy. Might be some people agreeing with us in Russia, I think. Lots of people.
I'm not, like I said, nothing against the Russian people. It's just the government sucks. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think the Russian people totally agree with the stuff that's going on either.
I wouldn't think so either.
Yeah, although like thousands of them have been arrested for protesting it. Babyface, what you got, man?
If the news is distressing to anybody out there, just turn it off for a little bit. The world's not coming to an end. Things are going to be fine. Turn it off. And then the Russian, the Ukrainian, Slava Ukraina. That's long live Ukraine.
Wow.
That's what all the Ukrainians are throwing out.
And when did we change the way we say Kiev to Kiev something or other?
What happened? Isn't Kiev a different place from Kiev?
It's still pronounced Kiev. I looked into this the other night, and I'm going to go off on a quick 30-second tangent.
Quick. Why did we change it?
We changed the spelling because the Ukrainians said that Kiev, K-I-E-V,
Russian,
comes from the translation of Russian to English, where K-Y-I-V comes from the translation of Ukrainian to English. So it was some bullshit thing of, we can't have it be translated from Russian. It's got to be but it's still Kiev. It's still pronounced Kiev. Just pronounce it Kiev.
Thank you. Yeah, Kiev.
I thought it was a totally different place. I was like, what?
No.
Oh, okay.
K-E-I-V, Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kiev the same, or K-I-E-V, Kiev.
Yes.
But it depends on if you translate it from Russian to English or from Ukrainian to English. And there's a whole bunch of hoopla about we don't want it to be Russian, we want it to be Ukrainian.
Yeah, and I got to check into it because I don't know, but I've just been looking at some stuff from the mayor of Kyiv or whatever we're calling it.
Kiev.
Kiev. And that mayor looks like he was like some kind of former military type dude. I don't know. Have you seen that mayor? He looks like He's got the air about him. So, but yeah, those guys are out there fighting, and that's a good thing. But yes,
good on them.
I agree with Patrick though. Tune out if it's getting to be too much.
If it gets too
much,
turn
it off after the election. Not gonna do it. I haven't even been watching it lately. I've been catching stuff on the interweb and stuff like that.
Good on you.
Yeah, find a hobby.
I'm absolutely. I'm totally with you.
Yeah, get into something. All right, we're out of here, guys.
Radio.
Yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Hey, it's good preparation anyway, even though they shut down all the ham radios in Ukraine when they kicked this stuff off. So. We are out of here. Peace. We will see you. Let me press the buttons properly here.
That's what you end on. The only thing better than ending on that is ending on a number station. 1, 5, 2.